point in my life where I'd given so much to the business and I was going to start taking. And, legitimately, I've made pretty good money over the years, so I can, I can add a little bit of credibility to the whole big money Matt tagline as far as that goes. And I just felt like in AEW, and this was after speaking with Tony Khan, this was like the best direction to go. This audience is a little younger. They're also a little more smart and intelligent to the product. And they also like things a little more reality based. So I think it's the best case scenario for me at this point in my career.
Absolutely. We've seen you go through so many metamorphoses. What at this point, what do you think has kind of been your most favorite sort of fun to sort of have in persona of Matt Hardy?
Broken Matt Hardy. I mean, that is my favorite. I love doing that more than anything else. It's fun. It's something the kids really enjoy. Sometimes people who are wrestling purists, it is not for them. It is a very polarizing character in many, many ways. And I get it. I understand it. But it is by far probably the most fun thing to do.
Yeah, going off of that, I think that's Dan and I's probably favorite as well. I know we were huge fans when that was really picking up speed. And I think when you look at things, you change the game with these cinematic type matches. Talk us through the desire to kind of make wrestling more cinematic whenever you were doing the Broken Matt Hardy stuff.
Well, thank you for that compliment. I'm appreciative. I mean, that actually came. This was my mindset at this point. When I was in Impact Wrestling and I decided to do Broken Matt Hardy, I had just won the title as Big Money Matt Hardy. And I had the title. I ended up dropping the title to Drew McIntyre, who cashed in his briefcase to get an immediate title shot. And then I thought, like, man, this is a real opportunity for me to like change directions drastically. And I said, considering where I'm at, a little older, I can't fall off as ladders and through tables as much as I used to back in the day. So what if I did something that was a little more theatrical? What if I created a character that was like a throwback to the original Undertaker or the original Papa Shango days? And that's where Broken Matt Hardy came to be. And also at that time I was watching a ton of television shows, things like True Blood and Dexter and so many different things. So I took all that stuff and pulled from it and kind of threw that all into one character. And that's where Broken Matt Hardy was created.
And Matt, since I got you here, I have a confession and an apology to make. That's 20 years in the making. The first time I saw you wrestle was at a dark match for WWE, and you were in developmental at the time. And you and your brother came out and they said, it's the Hardy Boys. Me and my friend said, the Hardy Boys? Who the hell are these guys? But once we saw you wrestle, oh my God, you blew us away. So I want to apologize for thinking you guys were silly or gimmicky, because you guys just amazed me, and I never forgot that day in San Jose, California. So I want to apologize for being a doubter of the Hardy Boys, and just, we love you as a tag team. So will you accept my apology, Matt Hardy?
Apology accepted, without a doubt.
That's what I'm talking about.
And you know what? There were a lot of people that really doubted us or didn't think we would succeed at first, because we came in a very unusual and not typical fashion. We came in working as extras and being the guys that would come and put over the superstars at the time. And there were a lot of people that were vets in the business that said, you have to stop doing that. You'll never get an opportunity. You'll never make it. You'll never be a superstar. You'll never make the big money if you do that. And we believed in our abilities and our talent. And it's so cool how the business has changed over the years, where now AEW, I feel like they're forming a blueprint, which actually says you can come in the dark and be one of the guys that kind of enhances the current superstars. But if you show you have ability, show you have talent, we can make you into a superstar as well. And you see that happening all the time now. And I think that's such a cool thing. We did that 25 years ago. And I know there were people that first didn't believe in us when we started, or didn't dig what the wrestlers were at the time. But it was cool, man. We believed in our abilities, and we had a lot of heart and a lot of passion. So yes, you are absolutely forgiven. And I'm glad we're doing this interview now and got to air your grievances towards me.
There you go.
Thank you.
And, I think on the flip side of that, Matt, I think I want to thank you. I mean, I know Dan and I, obviously, we get to do this show. Dan grew up in a different era than I did. I'm turning 25. So for me, the Hardy Boys, you specifically, and Jeff, I mean, You guys were everything, right? You guys were completely changing the landscape of what we looked at wrestling as. When you look at it, every single new fan that I come across, the first match I show them is the first TLC match, right? That's the first match we go into because it's legendary. And I think going from that to looking back on all the years to now being at AEW, where I think the tag team division is as strong,
right,
if not stronger than any other company, what makes you the most proud looking back on your accomplishments as a tag team and now being able to help the new generation?
I think personally, looking back at that era, like Vince has never been a big subscriber in that, like a top tag team is a big draw.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's always looking for single superstars that he's going to build around, and that's going to be his draw. That's just his mindset, his mentality. And I have great respect for him, everything he's done. He truly is a genius, and wrestling wouldn't be what it is without Vince McMahon right now. But I do believe that tag teams can be legitimate draws. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And I think myself and my brother, Edge and Christian and the Dudleys, we proved that. We were like a commodity at that time. 100%. We were a draw. If we were going to be on a pay-per-view after we first started doing the ladder matches and table matches, TLC matches, we proved that tag team wrestling can draw in that era, especially smaller guys, which, you know, people didn't think that would work, like, you know, years past. So that is probably my proudest accomplishment of all that. And then we also got to do some groundbreaking stuff that had never been done before. So we were truly given a blank canvas. We were all very blessed. And myself, my brother, Edge, Christian, and Devon and Bubba really worked hard to like do things that were different that fans had never seen before.
Absolutely. Now, Matt Hardy, coming up on March 7th, AEW Revolution, you're fighting Hangman Adam Page. And what's your beef with Adam Page? What did he do to you to hurt you, Matt Hardy?
Speaking of young guys, there's a 29-year-old stud in Adam Hangman Page. I mean, basically, Big Money Matt saw the world in Hangman Adam Page. And, you know, all I wanted to do was allow him to lead my career. Like, I mean, if you've been watching what I've done with Private Party, they're on Dynamite almost every week. They've got a little bit of an edge, a little bit of an attitude now. And I think they're really going to come into their full potential. So I've done a lot for them. And I'm very proud of what I've done for Private Party. I'm very proud of what Private Party has done for themselves. And I want to do the same thing for Hangman Adam Page. I wanted to take him to the top, make him the number one guy in the industry. You know, I took him out. The whole tab was on me. All he wanted to drink, all he wanted to eat. And I just wanted him to sign one of my contracts where I could represent him just for a wee little fee of 30%, not much in the big scheme of things. And he swapped out contracts on me and set up a match with me and him at Revolution, where he's going to try and take the 100% entirety of my first quarter earnings. And my 2021 first quarter has been pretty big, guys.
Is that legal? Can you switch out
messing
papers
with
like
my
that?
money.
I don't think you can. I don't think that's legal. You can't just switch
that's
out papers like that.
absolutely illegal. I mean, this cowboy is the biggest scoundrel I've ever seen. He's a scourge to the professional wrestling industry to commit an act like this.
Absolutely.
Gosh, such craziness with Adam Hangman Page. And I think, you know, you spoke about it too, about, you know, going back to Big Money Matt, to the Big Money product that you're bringing to the tag team division over there with Private Party. Aside from Private Party, who's really impressed Big Money Matt there on the division that might need to get that 30% fee over there too? Who needs to be the next person under Big Money Matt?
I'll tell you, I would love to get the Young Bucks. I mean, I think I could double dip if I could get the Young Bucks, because not only are they making money from being the tag team champions, they're also EVPs. You know, I can help manage them as EVPs. I've got some good advice to give them. But you guys were talking about the tag team division at AEW earlier, and it really is. It is mind blowing how stacked and how great the tag team division is in AEW right now. The Hardy Boys that you saw a while back, what you said in San Jose that you like laughed at, like, who are these guys? The Hardy Boys. Just imagine that Hardy Boys in that era in the AEW tag team division right now. That would be fire.
Definitely, definitely. Well, something else is fire is you returning for Impact Wrestling. What was it like to return back to Impact and just be in your old stomping grounds and do this crossover?
That I was very happy to get the opportunity to do that. I will say this, like, it was great to get to see Ed Nordum. He is the guy that was just buying Impact whenever we first left. And Jeff Jarrett was coming in, and Jeff Jarrett who is in a great place in his life right now, and we get along great. But back then, he was kind of in a strange place in his life, and we had a little bit of issues as far as negotiating and re-signing and whatnot. And I feel like Ed Nordum got so much unneeded or unnecessary heat just because he was the boss at the time and he was in that position, So we left, we returned to WWE at that time, but to come back and be able to finish Impact on a good note and to be able to talk with Ed and like leave on very friendly terms, that was very rewarding and cathartic to me too. That was very important. I wanted to do that. So it was great to come back, and it was also cool to show up on Impact being AEW superstars and myself and Private Party walking into the scene, because that's really a scenario that doesn't happen in wrestling nowadays, because for the longest time, companies have been so protective of just like their talent is with them and only them. But Tony Khan, man, he gets it. He just won Booker of the Year in the Wrestling Observer newsletter, and deservingly so, because he gets it. He understands if we pop up on that television programming that it's exciting. And nowadays in 2021, where information travels so fast, if you can do something that shocks the pro wrestling viewers, you've done something good. And like when we showed up on Impact, it did something good because it shocked the wrestling viewers. And that's what I want to continue to do. Anytime you can open a forbidden door like that and work promotion to promotion, I think it is a great thing. And it's a positive thing for the industry and the wrestling fans.
Absolutely. And, Dan Cialana and myself are two of the biggest wrestling fans here in the city. And I think when we look at wrestling as a whole, we love to talk about not just the big dogs, but also the local places that are producing such great talent. What makes AEW so special? There's a special feel to it. What do you think makes it so special for wrestling fans, wrestling enthusiasts, and wrestlers like yourself?
The first thing you really have to credit is Tony Khan. Just kind of the way he has things structured. He really allows the talent to control their own destiny in many, many ways. And he is fully opening to listening to all of their ideas. He wants them to feel like they're doing something they feel like they're good at and they're comfortable with. And I think it shows. It shows on the product. He also has a great knack for booking legends like the legends they are. Sometimes in WWE, legends don't get booked like such. Sometimes they come back and they're just used to make their current top guys look good, and they kind of embarrass them, and they make fools of them. And and I don't think it should be that way. And Tony doesn't think that. He's a big fan. He's very respectful towards the business, and he's obviously a student of the business. So he books legends the way they should be booked, and he understands how to put legends with young talent to give them a rub and put a young talent in a position that they need to be in to succeed. He's masterful at doing that from a booking standpoint. So that's what I feel like he does better than anyone else currently in the wrestling business. And that's why AEW has been successful, because there are a lot of young guys that are rapidly becoming big stars because they're getting rubs from veterans or legends. And these veterans or legends also still seem legitimate because they're booked in the appropriate way. So Tony Khan is really the catalyst of all that, but on top of that, it's a very positive atmosphere. Everyone from the EVPs all the way through the talent, everyone is a team player. There's no one there that's selfish. There's no one there that's out just to focus on them and them alone. It really is a team atmosphere where everybody's working hard to put together one great show for the entire promotion.
Absolutely. And you yourself, of course, are a veteran and a legend, Matt Hardy. It's been great talking to you. We look forward to seeing you versus Adam Page March 7th at AEW Revolution. Matt Hardy, thank you so much for joining us on ESPN San Antonio.
Thank you so much, guys. I'm very excited about this Adam Page match, and just want to add, I've been inspired, especially because Adam Page is 29 years old. I've been training very intensely, very different. I'm hitting DDP yoga super hard, and I think people are going to be very surprised by the Matt Hardy that shows up on March 7th at Revolution. I'm going to be ready to kick ass. I do not want to lose any money. I owe Adam Page a big receipt, and that's going to be taking his money.
All right, Matt Hardy, thank you so much.
Thank you, gentlemen.
If you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you.
Going for a few days without water, then being told to boil your water when it came back on, that got a lot of people thinking, is my tap water safe? Hey, this is David Van Camp. Alamo Water Softeners can help you out. They've got top-of-the-line water softeners and filtration systems. They'll come out to your house for a free water analysis and explain what they can do for you. And Alamo Water Softeners is a 2020 neighborhood favorite on Nextdoor. Go to alamowatersofteners.com to schedule a free water analysis. That's alamowatersofteners.com.
Order! Continue, Miss Garner.
With the Capital One Venture Card, you earn unlimited double miles on every purchase every day.
Objection! My credit card doesn't earn double miles on every purchase.
I object to your objection. With the Capital One Venture Card, you earn unlimited double miles on every purchase.
Order! Please read Counselor's last statement.
With the Capital One Venture Card, you earn unlimited double miles on every purchase.
I'll allow it.
No further questions, Your Honor. Well, just one. What's in your wallet?
Capital One Bank USA N.A.
Switch to T-Mobile for Business and get up to 90 days of service free via virtual rebate on your business plan. You get a great deal, the largest 5G network, and first-class benefits like Microsoft 365 on us. It's better for business and only with T-Mobile for Business. Limited time offer. Stop in store for details. Plus taxes and fees for some plans. Virtual Express MasterCard within 8 weeks of receipt of valid submission. Complete port within 60 days. See T-Mobile.com for 5G devices, coverage, and plan details.
The Kalfas Law Group is here for you. Have you been injured in an automobile accident? Your hopes, dreams, and plans all turned upside down? If you've been injured in a serious accident and you need help, contact the Kalfas Law Group immediately at kalfaslaw.com. That's CALFAS law.com. Answers, results, success. Visit kalfaslaw.com today for a free consultation. That's CALFAS law.com.
Lashley got to be thinking hard. There it is. Hard lock. The hard lock. It is cinched in. Center of the ring. Nowhere to go. Amazing tapping. The reign of the Almighty is upon us. Just like that. Here is your winner by submission. And the new WWE Champion, Bobby Lashley. Dominance! Absolute dominance!
Our show a few weeks ago. Coincidence? I know correlation isn't causation, but I'm taking credit. What about you, Brandon?
Yeah, we make champions here on Down for the Counts. That's a matter of fact. That is an absolute fact. If you've been following the show, not only if you come on the show do you get put into the limelight. I think Tony Khan, Vince McMahon, the wrestling industry, everybody is focused on Down for the Count here on ESPN San Antonio because every time we have somebody on the show, you get a title opportunity. You're in the Royal Rumble. You get put on AEW's television. I mean, we are dream makers here on Down.
Absolutely. Now, Brandon, I mean, we just had Matt Hardy on the last segment there, so that obviously means he's going to win his match tomorrow night.
Yes,
against Hangman Adam Page, and he's going to take that sweet revenue money, that first quarter 2020 revenue from Adam Page tomorrow night at AEW Revelation. Almost said Revelation like it's the Bible. Revolution.
Yes.
It may be biblical, though. There may be violence of a biblical proportion, Old Testament style, though, Brandon. That Moxley match versus Kenny Omega, exploding barbed wire death match. Have you ever seen one of these, Brandon?
I have. Obviously, I go looking for this stuff because I'm a sick individual. But
yep. He loves violence.
Yes, but these are incredible.
What's your safe word?
Pineapples. So with everything, I definitely think this is going to be.
I have a question though.
Okay.
Yes.
Is the barbed wire exploding in this exploding barbed wire death match?
That's what I was trying to figure out.
So previous ones, Dan, from like the Japanese days, and I think they had like one in WWF history, but I want to say it's just a barbed wire ring as far as the ropes are barbed wire. This is
okay.
The old days, and then outside the ring are like not mines, but like they're pretty close. Like it explodes when you fall out of the ring. I don't know how they're gonna do it. Obviously, we might see a death, so we got to be prepared for that.
Someone may be deceased from this. Now,
Right.
Brandon,
So-
I got to ask you a question because we're here on our special. It's a live Saturday edition.
Special.
So we weren't here last Thursday because there was some kind of sports ball game during our show, and I was having like mental health breakdown and all that kind of stuff. But now we're good, and I'm here on Saturday. So I'm going to ask you a day before this AEW pay-per-view Revolution, are you going to continue the greatest streak in wrestling? The greatest streak in wrestling is not The Undertaker's WrestleMania win streak. The greatest streak in wrestling is Brandon Big Papi Medina absolutely refusing to pay for any non-WWE pay-per-views. Are you going to buy this pay-per-view tomorrow, Brandon? Or are you going to pirate it like a pirating ass pirate?
An ass pirate. Jeez. Listen. Well, good morning. All righty. Sounds good.
I'm sorry. I mean, like a pirating ass person. Like,
I'm
like
just saying. No, you know what you meant. You know what you Pleasure. Pleasure. You heard him correct, right? Pleasure. You heard the same thing I did.
Yeah, I heard certain terms used.
Yes, so did I. That dump button clearly was not quick enough for Pleasure.
I'm a big Johnny Depp fan. I don't know what.
Yeah, that's all it is. Just we're huge fans of Johnny Depp. When it comes to AEW, I am a huge fan of the products. I absolutely will be watching this show through means of my own. And so the streak will continue. However, that does not mean that I won't be paying for it, everybody. I will gladly pay for this pay-per-view via Dancy Alana's stream. So
there we go. Yeah, he's gonna point. He wants me to point my phone towards the TV.
We'll split it. I'll Venmo Dan a few bucks, and then we'll figure it all out. So I'm still paying for this. You know what I mean?
Now, Brandon, so we have this big AEW pay-per-view coming up tomorrow night, Revolution. But as we heard at the beginning of this segment, over on the WWE side, we have a brand new WWE champion.
Yes, we do.
Bobby Lashley. Now, Brandon, were you expecting this on Monday Night Raw for Bobby Lashley to defeat The Miz, who just recently, just a few days ago, cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase? Did you expect Bobby Lashley to leave Monday Night Raw with the championship?
100%. I think this.
Really?
I think this makes a lot more sense than having the Miz as champion. I do think the Miz is a great champion. I wasn't a fan at first, just because Drew McIntyre, I think, has the look, has the in-ring talent, has the mic skills. He has the total package to be a champion and to be a long-term champion. But what I believe will happen, Dan, and this is where I want to ask you the question. On the flip side of that, yes, I expected it. However, moving towards WrestleMania, is this all a plot to have Drew McIntyre win a championship at WrestleMania in front of fans finally? Or are we riding the Bobby Lashley train and making him a legitimate threat in that division?
Okay, so is Vince McMahon going to ride Bobby Lashley? I don't know.
In a stadium full of ass pirates in Tampa.
Yeah, it's a pirate-themed WrestleMania.
Yes.
So as we remember, last year, WrestleMania in April was supposed to be at Raymond James Stadium, pirate-themed, and Drew McIntyre was supposed to win the WWE Championship from Brock Lesnar during that match in front of a crowd. Obviously, because of the pandemic, they had to move it to the Performance Center, completely empty, little arena, no crowd. So I actually want Drew McIntyre to win, to be in the main event, to defeat Bobby Lashley and win the WWE Championship at Raymond James Stadium in front of a crowd like it was supposed to happen last year. I think it'll be a beautiful story. And it's worth Drew McIntyre having lost the championship. Now, I think the whole thing with The Miz getting it for a week, I think is really silly because WWE has now really devalued Money in the Bank. They already did so by finding these BS reasons to get the Money in the Bank briefcase away from Otis. And then The Miz gets it back, he loses and gets it back, and then he cashes in, and then he loses his championship a week later. Brandon, do you think with this whole Miz situation that they've actually killed, or at least kind of tamped down the momentum and the prestige of Money in the Bank?
I agree. Yeah, I do. I think having Otis win Money in the Bank was the first almost joke telling of Money in the Bank, because nobody was going to believe that he was going to be champion. I mean, whether you like the guy, love the gimmick, there's no way he's on par with a Drew McIntyre, with a Bobby Lashley, with, Roman Reigns, stuff like that. So I agree with you. I think we slowly are seeing the devalue of this prestigious contract, but I do think it was interesting. I mean, let's be honest. It was the talk of the town. It was all over Twitter when The Miz won the championship. It was all over our show. We focused, I think, like 2 segments on it, half the show, because it was unexpected. And that's what you and I, right. But what I'm saying, but like you and I and wrestling fans around, it's a double-edged sword, really, for wrestling enthusiasts in the business, to please fans like ourselves, because on one hand we say, man, change it up. We want to see more refreshing stuff. We want to see new storylines. We want to be excited. We want to see crazy things happen that we didn't expect. And then when they do happen, but they're not on our terms, the way we wanted it, we bitch and complain. So I truly believe, as far as the excitement of a switch, it did just that. Whether you liked it or not, you didn't expect it. Now Bobby Lashley's champion. I firmly believe at this point, I would much rather see Bobby Lashley retain and see where he can be as a star in the company, instead of watching Drew win it again and just keep changing this title all the time.
But Drew deserves it.
He does.
Have you watched his documentary, all the things he's gone through, Brandon? He was supposed to have his WrestleMania moment last year, and you want to rob him of it for the second year in a row. Why do you hate Drew McIntyre? He's been on our show.
Yes. I want Drew to,
he's a good guy.
I want Drew to win for sure at WrestleMania, but I just don't know.
What I heard.
You just said you want him to lose.
Good for business. I just don't know if it's good for business. You know what I mean? I don't think it's good for business. And I'm a businessman, Dan Cialana.
Right.
So was The Miz good for business?
100%. Listen, if you're talking about The Miz, you're talking about somebody who has his own reality television show, who is making buku money, who is now the only person in the history of WWE to be a 2-time grand champion, win every belt the company has to offer. If you're going to put it on somebody for a week, that's the guy to put it on.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Hey, the dude can talk the talk, man. I mean, it's the same thing. Let's think about this, Dan.
Yes.
Okay, let's think about this. Similar situation happens. Okay. Chris Jericho out of nowhere beats Kenny Omega, becomes a champion. Are you going to complain? No, it's Chris Jericho. Absolutely deserves it. He talks the talk. He walks the walk. The Miz does the same to carry it for a week.
But it should be more than a week.
I agree, but you're not going to want to watch The Miz versus Drew McIntyre WrestleMania. That's not going to
Who says he can't get it back?
Oh, yeah.
There you go, Dan. There you go. Pleasure's throwing on situations that just might happen when it's a stadium full of ass pirates. Who knows?
Absolutely. And we will not explain the context of that for anyone just tuning in. We are Down for the Count, your ESPN San Antonio wrestling show, usually live Thursday nights at 7 o'clock. But now, fortunately or unfortunately for you, live at 11 a.m. today on a Saturday. I'm Dangerous Dan Cialana. He is Brandon Big Poppy Medina. This is 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM, and on the go at espnsa.com/wrestling.
And Mark Henry is handling the Big Johnson.
Listen to this radio station on the radio.com app. Connect with your favorite radio shows through contests, social media, and podcasts. Create custom alarms with your favorite radio stations, all free with the radio.com app.
Guys, stop what you're doing. Give me a few seconds of your time and let me give you a piece of advice that will change your love life forever. Have you noticed you've been losing a little pep in your step? Has your lady friend asked you, is everything okay? Do you find yourself having trouble rising for the occasion? Do you stress out before that special moment and wonder, is it gonna work? Guys, I'm gonna let you in on a big secret. You don't ever have to worry again. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula has you covered. Mojo is the 100% guaranteed male enhancement formula that guarantees lasting success, if you know what I mean. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula is safe, natural, and effective every single time, guaranteed. Mojo is available in a fast-acting spray and a quick-action capsule. Do yourself and her a favor and call Pure Line Nutrition in San Antonio today. They'll get you set up for success. Call 210-494-2210. That number again is 210-494-2210. Mojo Male Enhancement, only available at Pure Line Nutrition.
The U.S. supply of COVID-19 vaccine will be limited at first. Bexar County is following the recommendations made by the Texas Department of State Health Services. In Bexar County, 60% of our population falls within the first group. There will be more opportunities to receive the vaccine. We will keep you informed and ask for your patience in this process. It is important for everyone to continue to practice social distancing, wear a mask, and get vaccinated when it is their turn. Do it for you. Do it for your family. Do it for San Antonio. For more info, visit covid19.sanantonio.gov or call 311.
I have the biggest scoop ever. This Sunday at Evolution, AEW is going to put in contract, a Hall of Fame worthy talent that is a huge surprise and a huge asset to AEW. Yeah, but listen, it's not who you think. But this Sunday, you're going to find out who it is, and I want you to know that I knew who it was first. Tune in to find out who we get.
What a tease, Paul White. Teasing the Hall of Fame worthy talents. Going to be a surprise entrance and surprise hire tomorrow night at AEW Revolution. I'm Dangerous Dan Cialana here with my tag team partner, Brandon Big Poppy Medina. And Brandon, another Hall of Fame talent is the guy we have on the phone right now from Sports Guys Talking Wrestling, Stu Myrick. What's up, Stu?
I promise it is not me.
Okay, it's not you. Okay, I'm going to cross that off my list.
I am not in Jacksonville.
Okay, fair
well,
enough.
That's exactly what you would say, Stu, if it were you. Right?
No, now the funny thing is, I had Dave LaBrecca on a couple weeks ago from SiriusXM, and he and I were trying to plot to get to Jacksonville just to see the exploding barbed wire death match. But it's not me. I am not signing with AEW.
Not yet.
I'm available, Tony Khan. Just give me a call or tell Dustin to give me a call.
I'm willing to do some part-time work as well on the side for AEW. So you put my resume in as well.
I will absolutely pull a Shaquille O'Neal and go through a couple tables real quick once a week.
Yeah, I don't want. Yeah, I'll just stay behind a microphone.
There we go.
Stu, who is it? Who is it, Stu? Give us your pick. Who is going to be the secret Hall of Fame worthy wrestler who's going to be joining the AEW roster as a surprise tomorrow on Revolution?
My first instinct says Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle,
because he's no longer under the Legends contract with WWE. But that's a stab in the dark. Quite frankly, it's not going to be. We know it's not going to be CM Punk, and I will be that one guy that is happy that it's not CM Punk. I know he's enjoying retirement, and I say let him enjoy retirement.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be Punk. I'm 95% sure it's not going to be Brock Lesnar, because Brock Lesnar does not want to leave his cabin in Canada. And I don't think Tony Khan would sign Lesnar.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he wants a guy that shows up every 3 months.
But okay, but Lesnar's WWE. Money. Even though if a lot of people don't like him, he shows up every 3 months. You know that would be a huge pop for Lesnar. But yeah, you're right. Does Tony Khan really want to deal with someone who, like Lesnar, who's going to show up twice a year and then demand money each time?
Yeah, I don't. From what I know of Tony Khan, no, he's not going to do that. I saw a quote. There was somebody that because they've been trying to find hints, and apparently in a past interview, Tony Khan listed his 4 favorite wrestlers. It was Jericho, Stone Cold, I think Ric Flair, and Bret Hart.
Mm-hmm.
Now we know Jericho's already with him. Stone Cold, Ric Flair, both still under Legends contracts with Vince. Bret Hart, that could be interesting. but I don't know how his health is. You know, he's gone through a stroke or two. He's not, you know, so I'm not going to bet on that. Like I said, my first instinct is Kurt Angle.
Okay. So my thing is with Kurt Angle or a Bret Hart or a signing of that caliber, you're getting the name, but you're not going to get much else. I feel, Stu. I mean, you're not going to get much. There's not going to be any in-ring talent. It's going to be have at least a background or more of the back end of things. For me, the two names that I would like to see, and the one that I feel the most comfortable saying on air and not sounding like a jackass, would be Rob Van Dam. I think Rob Van Dam makes sense. I think you look at where he was with Impact Wrestling, you look at the name basis for like fans or even casual fans, you can get somebody like that who I guess quote unquote could be a Hall of Fame worthy talent. And then of course the wish list for me would be Kazuchika Okada from New Japan Pro Wrestling and breaking down that barrier where Jon Moxley and Jericho do their thing in Japan. Now we get to take one of your greats and the 6-star machine himself, Okada, come to AEW.
Rob Van Dam would be a good one. Leave Katie Forbes at home because she serves no purpose. And I've met both of them. They're wonderful people. There was a night 3 years ago at Cauliflower Alley Club when George Napolitano, Rob Van Dam were trading mafia stories because apparently they're both well versed in mafia lore. And I sat there and just listened. And Katie Forbes was there as well. Wonderful people. Okada is very interesting. Now, I've heard Okada say that he wants to get back in the title picture in New Japan. So does that happen? Could that happen? Maybe. I think he's still under contract in New Japan, and I think it's going to stay that way. I could see Okada making appearances, especially once the COVID restrictions lift and travel is more free between the U.S. and Japan. I could definitely see that happen. But I don't think Okada is going to sign with AEW necessarily.
Talking to Stu Myrick from Sports Guys Talking Wrestling. Stu, looking at some of the other matches for Revolution, is there any particular match that you're excited about over all the other ones?
Well, the main event, obviously. That one's going to be very intriguing because it's something that we don't see on pay-per-view for an American wrestling promotion. Yep. WWE wouldn't even get, forget exploding or barbed wire. They would never touch this. So it's interesting that AEW decided to book this. And of course, I've been boning up a little bit watching some of the old Onita matches.
Yep.
It was really neat that they included clips from Onita himself talking about these matches on Dynamite in the video package they did about the match. So that one I'm interested in. I'm really interested because the young Stinger in me loves to see Sting in the ring, and what we have seen the last couple of weeks with him getting more physical, and it seems he's getting that fire again. So the street fight with him and Darby Allin against Brian Cage and Ricky Starks, I think that is incredibly intriguing. Those two right there worth the price alone. But then there's so much more that is going to happen that Sunday night on pay-per-view.
Definitely. Any matches that you're going to skip or, be the bathroom matches for AEW Revolution for you, Stu?
The bathroom matches.
Let's see. We know the pre-show match, and I love Thunder Rosa to death.
Uh-oh.
She's found fantastic, but the pre-show match. And
that was Stu Myrick, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us, Stu.
No, and I love Thunder Rosa to death. I've had her on many times. But here's the thing, and again, I go to the business side. Thunder Rosa is still under contract with the NWA. We know the NWA is making their comeback in 2 weeks with the pay-per-view and then Power. So Thunder Rosa is going to make her way back to the NWA, at least for a little time. We don't know what the arrangement will be as far as talent sharing between Billy Corgan and Tony Khan. But I've got to imagine that match is going to be, I don't know if it's the blow-off to the feud between her and Britt Baker or what, but it is a pre-show match. There's one other match that they announced for the pay-per-view, and it's escaping me. It's not the big money match. There was another nice random singles match. I was like, okay, sure. That might be it as well. There's not much there. I'll be honest, and even that's kind of a stretch, and both of them are a stretch. We know it's going to be great action. It's just a matter of thinking how the story would go off of those matches. You know, you wonder how much oomph those matches will have.
I understand. Okay, that's fine. If you don't think Thunder Rosa's money, we can. Are you on record as saying that, Stu?
Oh Lord, no! I would never
I
say
know.
that.
I'm just messing with you.
Are you kidding me? I mean, I'll go see. Hey, look, I'll go see Mission Pro Wrestling any day of the week.
Yeah.
Especially because I have my heart. I have a soft spot in my heart for Pinball's Kingdom because we used to do shows down there with Ray Rowe, who is now Eric, and Jack Stain, and so that place always has a soft spot in my heart. So anytime I go to Mission Pro Wrestling and see Thunder Rosa and everybody there, it does my heart good.
Well, good. Next time you see her, you might have some explaining to do, but that's between you and her, Stu. So, but nah, we're just messing with you.
I'll let her kick me.
Yes,
she will.
You're gonna take a couple chops. It looks like, Stu. It's a couple chops. But focusing now on one match that we haven't talked about that I feel like is just as big as everything we're looking at is this Face of the Revolution ladder match for a future TNT Championship match. How excited are you, Stu? Has the buildup created some excitement for you? Is this a match you're looking forward to watching?
I'm incredibly intrigued. Never mind the individuals that are already in there. I want to see what Scorpio Sky does because it looks like they're trying to turn him heel maybe a little bit. And I love Sky to death, so I'll be very intrigued to see Scorpio Sky as a heel. We used to see it a lot in Wrestle Circus. The other thing is the big elephant in the room. Who's the sixth guy in that match? Because we know it's going to be someone that is not the big announcement that Paul White made. It's supposed to be another individual that AEW is going to sign. So that obviously has a lot of intrigue to it.
Well, if it is going to coincide, I'm telling you guys right now, Rob Van Dam is my pick. I'm putting it down. That's a solid one then if it does coincide.
Well, see, that's the thing. If Rob Van Dam is in the ladder match, that means somebody else is coming in.
Oh.
Another Hall of Fame worthy. That's what I'm saying. It's supposed to be two different individuals. That is what we've heard.
Okay.
So the person that Paul White introduces is supposed to be different from the person that is going to be in the ladder match.
Well, we'll have to find out tomorrow, Stu. AEW Revolution. We'll catch you on Sports Guys Talking Wrestling. And if you can send some credentials for AEW to my friend Brandon here so he can continue his streak, the greatest streak of all, of not paying for pay-per-views, that'd be great.
Stop it.
Stu, how do we find you and your show online?
Sports Guys Talking Wrestling, always available anywhere podcasts or you can get podcasts. Of course, catch us Wednesday nights here in Austin on the Horn. And, we have a lot of fun. I just had Simon Miller from What Culture Wrestling, good friend of mine.
Oh, yeah.
Had him on to talk a little big story in the world of wrestling and ups and downs and all that good stuff.
Absolutely. We love Simon and we love you, Stu. Thank you so much for joining us on Down for the Count.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Well, Brandon, maybe we'll have to get some credentials from Stu to watch that Revolution pay-per-view tomorrow. I don't know. What do you think?
We'll figure it out. If not, we'll be socially distanced. I'll watch from the window in your stream. So we'll make sure.
Brandon likes peering through windows.
What about to the wall?
To the window, to the wall, to the sweat. Yeah, little John's gonna show up.
He stopped at the sweat. I appreciate that. Skeet. That's right. Hey, listen, let's come back and talk a little bit more about Revolution coming up. Let's talk about NXT, WWE. We just saw Friday Night SmackDown. Let's get into all that and more on Down for the Count. Keep it locked. This is your number one stop for all things wrestling on ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM, 1250 AM, and always on the go at ESPNSA.com/wrestling.
You come in my face, I'm gonna fight you.
Have you wanted to speak a new language but thought it'd be too difficult or take too much time? Then try Babbel. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel teaches you conversations that you will actually use. With 14 languages and lesson topics like travel, business, relationships, and more, you'll learn what matters most to you. Babbel. Language for life. Learn a new language with ease. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com.
2 chocolate chip muffins coming in. Thank you.
Indeed knows unexpected growth can stretch your business thin.
Hey, can someone get that?
Like at Claire's Cafe. To satisfy demand for takeout, she needs to get started hiring right away.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. And the moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get a $75 credit for your first sponsored job post. Terms and conditions apply.
Progressive presents an interview with your upstairs neighbor.
Hey, it's Rick from upstairs. Yeah, I take it seriously. When I play R&B at 1 a.m, that's me saying, hey, I'm here for you. And I enjoy repetitive bass lines. I only use expired batteries in my smoke detectors. Nice, right? Yeah, upstairs neighbors help people forget their troubles. Give them something else to focus on. Ooh, want to see how high I can jump?
Progressive can't save you from your upstairs neighbor.
No, wait, let me try again.
But we can save you money when you bundle renters and auto insurance with us. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
Jey Uso hanging on with everything, not to dishonor the... Oh, there's no rope break. No, there's no disqualification. The rope will not force a break. Uso cannot get broken here. And it's now the yes lock, locked in. He's got a tap. Bryan's going to fast lane for a championship opportunity.
Yes. 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 Yes, we are down for the count. Special live Saturday edition. I think it's Saturday. I don't know. Doesn't matter anymore. I'm Dangerous Dan Cialana here with my tag team partner, Brandon Big Poppy Medina. And how about that, Brandon? Last night on SmackDown, Steel Cage, Daniel Bryan defeats Jey Uso. So now Daniel Bryan will get a chance to fight Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship at Fastlane, which is this pay-per-view that we just throw like 3 weeks before WrestleMania that means nothing.
That nobody cares about, right?
That
absolutely
never has any consequences for WrestleMania. It's just an excuse to have another special.
Yep, absolutely. Daniel Bryan is the hardest working, half-broken net guy in the business.
He's the Dan Cialana of wrestlers.
There you go. Yeah, absolutely.
Meaning he shows up to work twice a week, and
show up to work twice a week
the rest of the time. Yeah.
Right. Probably should get paid more. But
probably
it's exactly right. Daniel Bryan
get paid less.
Has had more matches. What did he say? He's like, I've had more matches than
he said. He's had more matches in 3 weeks than the other two guys in Roman Reigns and whoever the hell else in 3 months. It's basically saying, yeah, I'm a hard worker.
Yes,
I deserve it.
He is.
But I love Daniel Bryan. I like it. He's a humble guy. He's a vegan. He's into environmental stuff. He's an annoying social justice warrior like me. But it breaks my heart to even ask this question, but is Daniel Bryan's time over? His 15 minutes, his time in the spotlight as a main eventer, is that over? Is that way back when the yes movement is more of the maybe movement?
You know
Pledger's
what?
Saying yes. Pledger is saying yes. Daniel Bryan's time is over, at least in the main event scene.
Yes, and I would agree. I do think Daniel Bryan is a huge draw still for wrestling fans, but as far as making moves in the main event, I firmly believe. Here's the thing, Dan. Before I agree with Pledger, and I think you agree to some sort as well that he's probably not the main eventer he once was. But I think a lot of this becomes who is his opponent, right? Is if Daniel Bryan's going against Roman Reigns, it's not going to look great, as good as it would look against AJ Styles or Shinsuke Nakamura or somebody that can fit to his profile of wrestling. With Roman Reigns, it's a lot more, brute force. He's the head of the table. He's that kind of guy. So I think in this scenario, it's not going to look great for Daniel Bryan. Even if he was to pick up a win, which I doubt, it's not going to look like Daniel Bryan of old. But we've seen him multiple times on SmackDown make magic happen with AJ Styles in the ring, and they have great matches.
I think it'll be a good match at Fastlane, Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. But I don't think there's any chance in hell that Roman Reigns gets to WrestleMania this April without being the Universal Champion. There's no way. It's not going to happen. So this match is kind of just like zero. Yes, zero chance, Pledger. Big zero whole chance
Yes. Well, we've also already planned Edge versus Roman. That's why Fastlane is useless. We've already planned this.
Yeah, they shouldn't even have Fastlane. If it was up to me, they wouldn't have any pay-per-views between January Royal Rumble and WrestleMania in April.
You know what they should do?
What's that?
Is get rid of Fastlane and call it the Fast Pass to WrestleMania.
There you go.
Kind of like Disney World. We get a Fast Pass.
Oh, I thought you meant like that thing you gotta, when you drive in the carpool lane in Houston, you gotta have that little tag.
Oh, the easy tag.
Yeah. So I mean, you can drive right through them, and they'll send you a bill.
And if you don't pay those bills, they'll come take your car.
Yes. Oh, okay. Is there an app I can check on that? Okay. Anyway, but yeah,
www.
It's a fast lane. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna, I'm gonna watch the pay-per-view. Of course, I'm gonna watch it, but it'll be inconsequential to WrestleMania.
And I'll tell you what, Dan, I think Pledger's onto something. I think we could figure this out. So maybe
Pledger is on something.
Onto something. But with a Fastlane pay-per-view, maybe we bring back Money in the Bank to WrestleMania, right? And maybe Fastlane are the qualifying contender matches for that match, or something of that sort. Because you're right, Elimination Chamber is great, and clearly we saw that titles can change with The Miz. Fastlane is way too close to WrestleMania season, and I think it definitely, like you said, has no effect. You're watching just to watch. And to be honest with you, Dan, I don't think I will watch. I don't know what's happening.
Get a boycott, huh?
No, I just don't know what's happening on that.
He's just not going to pay for it.
Yeah.
Well, he never pays for anything.
Listen, sir, I am a WWE Network subscriber. Happily.
You got to move to Peacock soon. WWE Network is moving to the Peacock
How
Network.
long are you going to ride that train?
Ride what train?
I am a subscriber.
That's right.
To the WWE Network, so I don't have to pay for anything else that they want me to.
Right.
Exactly.
Sir, you get $10 a month out of me.
Yes, you get $10 a month out of me. Not much.
You're almost like a stockholder.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. They should include you in the board meetings.
Yeah, I'm already gonna email Robinhood. Listen, I need at least 100 things of stock for the amount of money that I'm not putting in the WWE. Yeah, absolutely. I'm not gonna watch though. I really don't think it's worth the time. Nothing's gonna happen.
Okay. You know what we should do? We should just not watch it and then just come on the air after and just give fake results.
Yes.
And just
what you think should have happened.
That's what
we should do.
Write your own scripts. Maybe Vince will hire you. Like,
damn, pal.
I really like what you did on the wrestling show down for the count.
Yeah. Yep. I think so. You know what? Because that's what we'll do. So we'll get out of actually watching it. We'll say, hey, everybody, you've all watched it. We don't need to recap this because you watched it. But here's what should have happened.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Undertaker comes back 20 years younger, and we see him become champion. WrestleMania gets canceled. Yeah, we're gonna make up a whole storyline. It's gonna be incredible.
We get Sunny coming back. Like looking like she did when she was doing cocaine. That's Sunny. When
life wasn't as sunny, but she was sunny. Yeah, absolutely.
When her and Shawn Michaels were blasted out of their mind all the time.
Yes, bring back Diesel there. Yeah.
Those are the days, man. Those are the days. But
those are the days the dad misses.
I miss those days. Well, Brandon. So tomorrow night,
Lita's
AEW.
Back.
Who's back?
Lita.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. Tomorrow night, though, AEW Revolution. I think it's gonna be a good. I'm gonna watch. I was already intrigued to watch it. I gotta buy it. I gotta figure out how to buy it. I gotta go to Bleacher Report or OnlyFans or something.
Yeah.
So
just come over. I'll buy it.
Yeah, you gonna buy it?
Yeah, absolutely. This is worth every penny to watch this pay-per-view. This is the strongest pay-per-view they've put on in a good while, I would say.
Are you allowing people in your house? Is there COVID restrictions? We could watch in your garage or something. I don't know.
Yeah, there you go. We're watching the garage, something. Yeah, absolutely.
Open garage.
We'll figure it all out, brother. We will do it.
I haven't seen you in a year. It's lonely.
Yeah, it's been like almost more than a year. Like I haven't seen you in a minute, man. And I miss you, brother. And James Pledger is always welcome to bring us some snacks and go somewhere. You know what I mean? But yeah,
you can stay there.
No, you can stay here, hang out with us. But we need to watch this. This is a huge one. This is the lead up to All Out, which hopefully is going to be live in Chicago. And hopefully by then, maybe they can do small fans in that arena, because if CM Punk
very short people,
if CM Punk is the signing, the future of wrestling has flipped on its axis, and that's going to be a crazy show to talk about next week.
I think it's gonna be a good show no matter what. AEW, even AEW shows, pay-per-views that aren't that good are still pretty good. I never feel like I wasted my time.
And they all mean something, Vince. They all mean something.
Yeah. They think pay-per-views need to be consequential. I bet Tony Khan's never even sexually harassed his on-screen female talent even.
Yeah.
What a loser.
What a guy. Vince McMahon's done it 1,000 times. Get on his level.
All right. Well, something we'll do 1,000 times more is this wrestling show, usually on Thursday nights at 7, Brandon.
Yes.
You sure 1,000 times more?
Well, a couple times. It's week by week. It really is.
It depends on how many times Rob's going to allow us to lose viewership. So we'll figure that out. But we would definitely be here next Thursday. So
as long as I keep my
locked.
Prozac meds up to date, I think I'll be good.
Absolutely. And that's the bottom line. Because Down for the Count
said so.
Follow Down for the Count on Twitter at DFTC Podcast.
Jason Minix here from ESPN San Antonio for my friends at Alamo Water Softeners. Following the winter storm and freeze, lots of people have asked